We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?
Tiff and the Punisher, they won't back down. Fight for the children in every town. They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We've done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, God damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher Warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop it.
There we go. There we go. Hello,
Hey,
Tip. What's happening?
none. I have a question for you though.
The answer is 7.
No.
Okay.
How many stripes are on the flag?
13.
Yep. Do you know how to? This is how I taught Kingston how to remember that, because he brought home this little flag thing, and it's asked how many what the colors were, red, white, and blue.
5
How
white,
many?
7 red.
Yeah. And he said, "How do you know that, Yaya?" I said, "Because in the very beginning of this nation, we had 13 colonies. That's how you can remember how many stripes are on the flag."
I just did the math wrong. It's not 5, 7. How many is it?
It's 6 and 7.
Is it 6 and 7? What does the red stand for?
Well, that I don't know, but
I
that's how.
don't know either. That's why I was asking you.
Let's find out. Let me ask Google.
Let me get the chat up here. Holy smokes. Oh, yeah, and I got to send
What
Fowler.
does the red
Fowler
symbols
wants
on
it.
the flag mean?
Oh, Debbie's day is today. Debbie, I hope everything goes well. Isn't it today her TPR hearing, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Debbie, good luck. Prayers to you or to your daughter.
So
Fowler. There she is.
the colors on the flag, the red and white, symbolize hardness and valor, and the white symbolizes purity and innocence. Blue represents village. Village.
Oh my,
Yeah,
that word.
I can say it if I can. It's a tongue twister, but justice and perseverance and bigerness or something like that. So that's what the colors stand for. So yeah. So I'm going to be teaching him more and more about the Constitution. He already knows about his 4th Amendment. He used to tell me to get out of his room. And I stopped that because I said, that's great that you understand that you have a right to privacy, but until you pay bills in this camp, honey, this is my room.
Oh my, that's funny. Dr. Fowler is going to come in this morning with us.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, that's nice. Boy, what a show last night was, wasn't it? I feel like I'm like punch drunk, like hungover from having a great show last night with our man D.
Yeah, he's such a good guy. I feel so bad for him.
Oh my gosh, when he ever came on and said that they took his kids, I was dropped.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was terrible.
Like he hasn't gone through enough in his freaking life, then you got to deal with that shit too.
But I will say, no, go ahead.
No, ladies first.
I will say, I told everybody that your fucking name is in that goddamn system. So when you have kids as an adult and you were in that system, you were an automatic target. And he actually confirmed that.
Yeah. Yep. And he said, that's what he said. That's why they came after him.
Yep.
Was because of his name being in there.
Yeah.
And that's just damn sad. That shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be. Well, none of this should be allowed. What are we talking about here? We know this. None of this shit should be allowed. It's not right. I mean, you got grandmas out in the world like Dr. Fowler that's going to step in here in a minute, and you got all kinds of people on this world that are just getting destroyed and decimated by these people. And it's not right. It is not right at all whatsoever. It's just, this system is, like he was saying last night, once you're in there, and there's not much you can do to play the system in your favor. You know what I mean? Like there's not, I mean, you just try to trick it into thinking like or whatever. But, like we say, like it just sucks, like to know that your options are very limited. If you can't keep a hold of your kids, your options are limited. to what you can do to get them back. Now, I don't know if the pressure that we're all putting on them is making a difference. Maybe we'll see a flux here if we can't get this damn thing abolished through our bills and whatever. But I mean, if we can't get this thing toned down at least or something, like something's got to give. But let's get Fowler out here. She's got a lot to say about this stuff.
Morning, my beautiful people. God bless you.
What is up, Dr. Fowler?
Happy Friday. We say Shabbat Shalom. Peace of the Sabbath to you.
Well,
All right.
thank you. You too.
Tiff,
I love you guys.
We love you too, Fowler. So what's going on?
Oh, baby, just pain and suffering.
Oh, yeah. Because you know why? Tiff, do you know this song I have? Right here. Check this one out. This was for her.
Oh, my God. Woo! Turn it up. Crank it up. Woo!
In a quiet home in Philly where the apples used to grow, a grandma held a Carly tight in a love that only glows. With a spoon of sweet applesauce, she fed her with such care. But the hands cold and justice came and tore them from their lair. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you? What did they do when they took you away on that cruel October day? October 7, 2022. That was the last time I saw you. They came with their accusations, said love was a disguise. Took you from your grandma's arms beneath those autumn skies. 1,000 days have vanished, 25,000 hours gone. Each tick of the clock a wound as we wonder where you've gone. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly?
Yep. So that's the tune that I did for her granddaughter.
That's emotional.
she loves it.
It's the best song I've ever heard in my entire life. It is so moving and so visual. I cry, I laugh, I scream. I play it through my speaker.
Yep. She's
Thank
got
you,
the funny thing is when she first got it, she recorded it from her phone. So it was fast. So she tried to play it for everybody. It was like, "What's baby Carly?" You know how quick I am to get everybody everything. Like I'll get it to you today means you'll get it in the next 24 hours or not at all. One of those good things. So yeah, so that's you know what I think we should do more of that, and because I think that helps people. We make these songs. I make these songs for people. Make these songs for people, and it gives them that little bit of inspiration, that hope, that feeling. Like that's something. And it also, yeah, I guess it kind of gives you a piece of them. Like Dr. Fowler wrote those lyrics, most of them. She had a way that she wanted the song written, and then the way I made the music for it, I'm like, yeah. We had to cut out some of the stuff, but most of it was, she wrote those words, but she couldn't put it to music, And then I did that for her, and I sent that to her, and she's like, I didn't know what to think at first because I didn't know if she was mad or crying or Candace. Oh, look at this. This is John and Candace calling me. I'll let them know I'm busy. That's your man right there. Fowler, John Archdale, Mr. Archdale.
Oh my God, get out.
Yeah, there he was. Look at that. It's like a superhero morning.
Wow, you got elders in the house, my brother.
Yeah, I know. Tiff's here.
Yeah, well, Tiff is a little tiny baby elder.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the real serious old oak trees over here.
Yeah.
Well, trust me, I'm not far behind you. Just because my hair is blonde doesn't mean I don't have a whole bunch of gray up in there. I gotta bleach it like every 2 weeks.
Well, how about this? I'm always at the vanguard.
Yeah.
But I love your hair, though. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm always ahead of the crowd.
Some of us are.
So, so Fowler,
I-
we were talking yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. And we were talking because you've been going through this just as long as I have, right? That's how we met. Because we met on the Vincent Davis. Uh, we met on the Vincent Davis show,
yeah.
um, and like we were there together, and then we all parted ways to go do other things. And well, how have you been? What do you find for coping mechanisms to heal yourself? What is ways that you try to heal yourself? I know that song was one of them, but I know that we're never going to be healed until the babies come home. But what have you found? What can you do? What can you give advice to people to help cope with these things? Because I know you have your good days and you have your bad days. I talk to you every day. It's like, how are we going to get off our asses and do things again, be people again?
Baby, please, I don't know because I've been dead for so long. I look like I'm alive, but I'm not live. I look like I'm paying attention to what people are telling me. I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm listening from a distant place in the universe. You guys always know, for one thing, I pray. I pray for everybody. I pray when I wake up. I pray all day long. I pray for everybody else. And I do believe that that really helps me to pray and reach out for others. I don't leave the home because I don't like people like I used to. I don't dance like I used to. I don't drum anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
certainly don't sing anymore like I used to. Food brings me no pleasure whatsoever. I've tried for years to become an alcoholic. I'm not successful in that either. I'll just tell you like that. I said, okay. I tried to break into alcoholism, and all I find is that if I'm able to get 2 shots of vodka and a beer down, I just want to get into a bar fight. So I have to
Right?
stay home. And I don't think that solves anything. It doesn't make me forget my pain, and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make me laugh like it used to when you go out to the Roomba, the traditional Cuban drumming and dancing, have a couple Boilermakers, hug and kiss the crowd and dance, and just go into a different place where you're transformed. Well, that doesn't work anymore. But I will tell you one thing that does work consistently for me, and that is reaching out to you guys because you are the family and you are the love. And we are connected by a bloodline now because our blood has been spilled and
Mm-hmm.
shattered. And you and Mary understand like nobody else. And you have literally uplifted me so many times when I couldn't get up. I couldn't even look out of the window. I had no feeling of self-worth left. I had just the empty and just nothing but guilt and shame and pain. But reaching out to you guys, it's a lifeline, just like now. And I've learned to cry. And I don't really care what other people think about it. But when I
Mm-hmm.
feel that emotion, but Mary and Darren have lifted me out of the gutter, the depths of depression and despair and the black hole. Nobody else in my life, my family, please, come on. So called friends, they don't care. Once they can't use you anymore, they've scattered to the wind. Other people who haven't been through this experience give you a little bit of a pat on the head. Oh, go away. All of the so-called black activists, the NAACP, I'm going to tell them all. The Million Women's March, all of these people have completely turned their backs on baby Carly. Not a word. In fact, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that long ago that I went onto one of the little platforms and they're talking about black women and girls and babies being stolen. And I come in to talk about baby Carly and they tell me, hurry up and wrap it up in 2 minutes because we got to get on with this. Well, we're not concerned about one particular case. We can't spend our time on one case. We're concerned about the masses. It put a dagger in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
What the hypocrisy and the neglect. But if they're talking about some broke down grown man who's stabbing people and hurting people on the train and he gets taken down, then he gets all the compassion and activism. And they're in the streets crying out for justice for grown men who have done wrong. But you can't find one of them who will stand up for a baby. Where is Black Lives Matter? Silent.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the NAACP? 4 times I was supposed to go to their meeting and they stood me up because they don't care. I went to New
Where
York City, to NAN, to National whatever Action Network. Those people ignored me and treated me like I was an outsider, just looking for help for the baby. I'm sorry. So I do at times feel a bit of outrage for all of these social justice warriors who won't stand up for children.
Mm-hmm.
where do you live?
I'm way up near New York, deep in the coal country.
The
I
only
get to
reason
watch.
I ask is because, like, I'm the legal redress chair for our local NAACP. I take these cases. In fact, I'm the only one
Mm-hmm.
in the NAACP in my area that will even be vocal when I tell people file a complaint, because I'll be the one looking at it. I take those complaints very serious. I'm really sorry, but if you lived here, I would have helped you. Trust me. And this
Mm-hmm.
is what I tell a lot of people. If I had known you at that time, a lot of people's cases would not have turned out the way they did, because I have an 80% rate of getting kids out of foster care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazed and I'm overwhelmed by your generosity of spirit and your willingness to get out there. And I'd love to hear more about that later because the NAACP people have rejected me, insulted me, and what's the word, shunned me. And I think it's mostly because of me, because there's just something. But
But it
that doesn't
shouldn't matter. If they had a complaint, it should have been looked into, right? Like in 2003, maybe 2003, I want to say, the NAACP, and I have the article, said we need to get involved because they are stealing Black children from our communities. That's what it
please.
says.
Honey, they should be with the influence that these people have. In my case is in Philadelphia. They should have been in the streets at the courthouse with the press and their little local politicians, and they could turn the whole thing around in a heartbeat if they wanted to. I have in my notes, and maybe 6 times that I was supposed to meet with these people, and 6 times they did not meet with me.
I
Letters.
would have met with you. I would have met with you.
She gets the outlets because she's so boisterous and everything. They shun her at her own meetings. They do the same to her because she wants to go out and do something. And the rest of these people are like, oh, I'm so proper and this and that. And but she's the one out there getting things done. She's only one person. Like she can't be. She's got big things up and coming. We know this, and that's for secret stuff. But things will change. Things will change if she gets to where she's supposedly possibly could be going. Things will change for sure for the NAACP. I know that for a fact because
Well, not just that. In the whole state of Virginia. But part of the problem here is I have to walk a fine line, right? Because I am their chair, but they also know that I'm very vocal about all of this. But at the end of the day, before I'm an NAACP member, I'm still a mom, a grandmother, and an advocate for people who have no voice. And I'm not going to shut up. And I mean, thank God my president loves me, or they would have kicked my ass out a long time ago.
Well, I used to be a truly, truly a people lover. I loved people. Now I'm not too sure. I love a few people. But I think that one of the forms of medicine could be for us to figure out how to all get in a room together, since we're all over the country, coast to coast, the UK and Canada. I would love nothing more. Well, I have a personal obsession with Atlantic City. It's
Darren can't go to Georgia.
Nope,
Say
I
it
can't
again.
go to Georgia.
What'd you say, sweetie?
She said, I can't go to Georgia. Just remember that.
Well, I tend to adore Atlantic City because it's easy to get to from Philadelphia. It's an hour train ride, hour and 20 minutes. It costs
Oh, she's talking
$10.
about New Jersey. You can go to New Jersey.
Yep, we're good. We're still in the upper echelons of the states here.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean Atlantic City because you got the ocean. Atlantic City has an airport. It's got a train. It's got a lovely train station, and just quite by accident, I mean, literally, just stumbling backwards and making the wrong booking, I stayed at the Atlantic Resorts Palace. And it was amazing. I was booked for resorts, and they're like Atlantic, I was at the wrong place. I was able to get it for $80 a night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are the cheapest nights. You can get half off, and they've got kitchenettes. And I had a 17 floor room on the 17th floor that had a panoramic view of the ocean. And I was thinking that would be a wonderful place for some of our families to meet together. Each family has a kitchenette, but we could still conference, come together and conference. The kitchenette had dishes, a stove, refrigerator, microwave, a sofa, and a bed. And I dreamed of us all coming together, even in groups of maybe 10 or 5. I think it would make such a difference to have face to face conferencing where we could really put together some strategy and activate.
Hmm.
Well, I've been thinking about me and my sister own a property in Delaware. Well, I should say soon to be owning a property in Delaware. Our dad owns it. But anyway, it's 2 lots. There's nothing on it. And the girl that actually is on there said, "Oh, you girls want to come up anytime, we will help you host whatever you want to host." So I've been thinking about doing that in Delaware.
That wouldn't be
Um,
far. Travel.
Delaware works because there's a commuter train to Wilmington.
It's at Rehoboth Beach.
Oh, a beach.
Rehoboth works because you could still get to Atlantic City, and there's a bus from Atlantic City that'll, I think, take you down to Cape May, and then you can take the ferry from Cape May to Rehoboth.
Did you guys
I love.
pre-talk about this or something?
What's that?
Did you guys
No.
pre-talk about this? That was quicker than MapQuest.
Oh, right. I know. Remember your mannequin? Just follow
Yes,
it.
the arm. Yep.
Darren had a mannequin's arm, not even the whole mannequin. And when we used to talk about traveling, he would hold up her arm and use this part like going east to west
Oh
so,
Lord.
to mark the geographic distance.
Yes, I did. Yep.
But my
So
So
love, yeah, what would you put up, a tent? Or like what would you do for lodging for people?
um well, we have to work the details out, obviously. Um but she's got almost all of that because she hosts art stuff, and
So
she
there,
gets vendors and food trucks, and she can she said, "Tiffany, all you and your sister have to do is call me and tell me what kind of event you want, and we'll work out the details." And I told her, what I do, and she's like, "Oh my god, you got to come to Delaware." So I've been thinking about it, but it's such a long drive with 2 kids.
okay. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not coming to Georgia and I'm not coming to Maine. Sorry.
But I mean, I have to go up there anyway. So maybe when the weather breaks, well, I'll talk to her after the holidays about it. But I definitely want to do it there because we don't have to rent anything because it's ours. Um, and whatever she doesn't have, she says she can get me. So I'm not worried about that. I think maybe we should do it next summer.
As soon as possible. Um, I really do envision us all coming together and being in the same room and sharing a meal. I just think it would be a revolution. I know we would walk away with an action step that would turn this whole situation around. I'm so sick and tired of tuning into Facebook and seeing grieving mothers. And here comes another family where their children were taken. And here comes another grieving mother. And here comes another unlawful adoption. Here comes another snatch, day after day. What in the world is going on? I swear to the Most High, I don't care who hears. I've actually also sat down here and I thought about boarding a plane and going to Chicago. I will go there and just standing around and meeting and greeting some of the cartels because they're better people and recruiting them to do something. The MS, whatever they are, it doesn't matter to me. What they're horrible crimes against humanity. They're better than the people who've stolen our children.
Mm-hmm. That's the facts there.
I swear before the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
And
almost
when have
you
you
would
ever seen a senator leave their home and go to your home and help you with your children, but they went to another country to bail out criminals and bring them
yeah.
back?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a world do I live in where they stepped over all of our children and our families to go haul some criminals and bring them back? Because we don't have
Mm-hmm.
enough criminality here already. They're worse than the gang members. Way
I
worse.
agree. Sit
Well,
around playing with the voters' emotions, everything.
if we had mobsters living in our neighborhoods, I can guarantee you this shit wouldn't be going on. They would be scared to come in the neighborhood.
Honey, don't think I haven't thought about going to Chicago, standing around and recruiting these people for the do good.
Oh,
Now,
I
what
hear you.
exactly, even if I just get them to come back and ride out and come to court
Right.
or show up at the GAL's house, knock, 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 hi.
Mm-hmm. Tiff, tell her the story about when when you guys were doing that job. You went to that
Oh,
person's house. Listen to this one, Fowler.
so my daughter had a CPS case over a quote unquote CBD. They brought me in as a joiner because they thought I was hiding my 31-year-old daughter. She didn't even live here. So anyway, we had to go to court. So the day before we go to court, my husband and I have a tent business, a window tent business, but some cars can't be put on the road like race cars. So we go to them. So he gets a call. This guy needs his race car tenant because he's leaving. It was on a Thursday. He was leaving Friday. So my husband was like, that's fine. So we take the baby, we go up there. We're there all day, right? It's 100 degrees. I'm cranky. The baby's crying. Tent's not working. My husband's pulling out more tent, right? He's like, something's going on, something's not right. So now it's like 4:30. I'm irritated. We've been here all day. Husband comes out and's like, hey, my wife's on her way home. Just watch the baby because he'd been running all over the place. So I'm like, okay. So we pull him in the garage. I'm sitting there. My husband's working on this window. Car pulls up. This bitch gets out. She almost has a heart attack. It's the CPS worker. I'm at her house. This is what she does. I didn't know you all owned a tent business. Here I go, because I'm a smart mouth, bitch. Yeah, there's a lot about us you don't know. Right? So when she goes in the house, I tell my husband, I said, hurry up. He's like, now that the window tent's working, he's like, oh no, this is gonna burn. We were there for another 2 hours. We laughed about it all the way home. My husband said, you can't make this shit up. Nobody's gonna believe us. God does not like ugly. So let me tell you what happened. The case got dismissed, right? But
what?
But she was mad because I was sitting in her garage. So she found it. She said my daughter was found to be guilty of whatever, right? So I was like, we're not accepting that bullshit. We're taking this to an appeal. We get to the appeal. My daughter wins her appeal administratively. Her lawyer personally calls me and was like, Miss Wise, I've been practicing law and fighting CPS for 30 plus years, and I've never ever had an overturn by an administrator. I've always had to take these to court. He said, "My God,
Mm.
you're so cutthroat and you just tell it like it is. They're scared of you." Yeah, yes. Don't play with me because I'm telling you, my kids used to call me the Pandora's box. Are you sure you want to open that bitch? Because when she's open, you can't put her back.
Ain't no genie in the bottle.
That's right. Don't let that genie out.
Don't
So
let
they
that.
all got
Don't let
mad.
that thing put it down.
And listen, the other day we took a back road because we went down the wrong road and we had to be somewhere quick. So we took a back road, and how ironic did we pass this bitch's house? She don't even work there anymore. Yeah, crazy.
Um,
Yeah.
oh man. Well, if I knew 5 people like you, I wouldn't be in the predicament that I'm in now. Can I? Maybe we could get you to come here to the coal. You guys can probably hear in the background the coal train literally going by.
I worked for this man for 10 years, right? And this is what he told me one time. He said, "Tiffany, if I had 10 of you, I'd have the perfect business. If I had 100 of you, I could rule the world with you."
Woo!
That's what he told me.
Woo!
And
Woo!
the reason he hired me is because I had it drunk in my store. I told him, "Get the fuck out." He thought I was kidding. I came from behind the counter with the fucking axe. And I said, "You're going to go one way or the other." So the guy
Oh,
left. So he goes, "How much money do you make here?" And I'm like, "Shit." He's like, "Come see me on Saturday." And he hired me, and I was there for 10 years. That's why he hired me. He said, "I love your attitude."
I do too, honey. Now, what will it cost to get you over here? We can get you over here and get you to the
They're not
GAL
ready for
house.
me.
I know. That's why we need you.
Yeah. Well, let's work on the Delaware thing first.
Okay.
Because listen, I got a 3-year old and an almost 7-year old. The 7-year old, I'm not worried about traveling with. It's the 3-year old. He throws shit at me for on the way from daycare, and we only live a half a mile from there. I can't imagine all that time in the car.
Don't worry about it. We'll get you an Uber.
Yeah, get over, fella. Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, on a real serious tip, me and Darren really do want to go on the road. We've been talking about it.
Mhm. We're getting there.
I'm ready.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys know I've been wanting to be the delegate to get to RFK, and as you may know, a couple of years ago, someone who's not on the show right now got me a VIP admission to the RFK rally when he announced his candidacy for the presidency. It was in Philadelphia on Independence Mall. And
Wow.
it was truly an amazing event. It was so rich. The people were so loving and kind. It was a gorgeous day. People were peaceful. They were hugging. There was so much love there. It really felt like a spiritual event. Of course, I didn't actually get to RFK. I made some connections. I met Diane Sayer. She's working with the LaRouche Foundation. I don't understand them, but it just seems like a lot of really important people in the world having a think tank. But they still didn't latch on to our issues, so I kept it moving. They just want to
Well,
talk about theory. You know what I mean?
right. Get with Danielle because Danielle talks to him personally. She's on his committee.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, color me stupid. Okay. I've been doing all that I can to make sure I fit in my 2 red suits so I can stand there next to Donald J. while he's writing the executive order to, first of all, liberate this 87% of these captives in jail.
Mhm.
Okay, 87% come home. I'll be standing right there. That's my dream. All
Well, get
right.
with Danielle. Get with Danielle. I'm telling you, she's your way in.
Okay, baby, don't say it twice. And
Mhm.
while he's writing the order for us to have restorative, whatever restorative justice looks like to us, and in the order, a freeze on all of the assets, all the monetary possessions of every CPS agency, a freeze on all of their personnel. They won't get paid.
Well, it's funny you say that because Danielle is on his grant committee and she just denied Virginia their raises twice.
Yep, he sure
She
did.
sure did. Sent me all the information all about it. No,
Hmm.
Virginia, you're not getting a raise. No.
Oh, okay. And then I want to see people go. I can't wait to see the faces of your kidnappers the day
Hmm.
avenging angels descend. I can't wait to see the faces of your kidnappers the day their evil is brought to end. I can't wait to see the faces of your kidnappers when alive or dead you're set loose. I can't wait to see the bodies of your kidnappers hanging from the hangman's noose.
Hmm. Amen to that one.
That's right.
That's it. That's it right there. They deserve it too. Every one of them.
Yep.
Did you? Did
Donald
you?
J. Trump.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's. I'm really hoping that he didn't. He's not just. I'm starting to lose. I'm starting to lose hope a little bit for him. But maybe not.
Well,
Maybe
don't
everything will be
don't lose
fine.
hope, dear. And here's the thing: we have yet to do what we're doing now in this war is we have to construct the media campaign because everything in our world boils down to social marketing, and we have not yet launched the social marketing. Think about it this way: when you sit back and you look at other successful social marketing campaigns, they've always, if you look at the pattern and what is it, just repeat the model. They have two things that we don't have yet. Number one, they always have a trillionaire behind the
Hmm.
scenes who believes in them. And number two, the trillionaire always has a pet politician animal, like a little Chia doll. So the billionaire has a politician that they own who is at their beck. We don't have those two chess pieces yet. When you look at the women in sports campaign, for years we've been hearing about men invading women in the locker rooms and it's so terrible and tens of thousands of women and girls, it's horrible and isn't it horrible. Nobody did anything because it was just the masses suffering. What happens? Along comes a beautiful young woman. I call her a little girl, not to insult her, but she's a little girl to me. Well, here
Right. I
comes
do the
Riley.
same thing. I
Well,
say the same things.
here comes Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines, University of Pennsylvania. It's my alma mater. Who's behind her? Some rich people. And who's behind them? At least one politician. So they put Riley Gaines in a position, got her right there next to Donald J. And the next thing you know, because she's a face. So you have the trillionaire, you got the politician, and you got the face. One individual, not tens of thousands. If we were still looking at tens of thousands, no changes would happen. But you got this beautiful young lady. She's beautifully appointed. She's beautifully well spoken, and we see the face, we see the name, and then we get her up there, and then bam, the change happens. The legislation happens. Riley Gaines, like her, hate her, or whatever it is, but you know the name and you know what she stood for, and you know that there was some social change.
Hmm.
Lake and Riley, hundreds of thousands of women and girls and boys sexually exploited and killed. Who cared? But as soon as we got what? The trillionaire. Where's the trillionaire? We'll never know. We know they're there. They don't sign the stationery. And the politician, that person also is probably not on the letterhead, but they're there and the name. And bada bing. Successful campaign.
Yeah, we definitely need a trillionaire. A
Yeah, we
dollar air,
do.
even a dollar air would help. For real. I mean,
Hey,
we
well,
do
you
this,
guys, people always think I'm rich.
right?
So,
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this all we do all this stuff out of our pockets. Like this is it. We don't have one person that donates to it. We don't have one person that no commercial people, no nothing. Everything comes out of our pockets. That's it for this stuff.
oh, yeah. Well, if it wasn't for the $97,000 I wasted out in defective attorneys and court costs, I could pay that, write a check for that and get us up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now you know what? You know how many people there are that have done that same thing. Wasted their money on these attorneys that didn't do a damn thing for them.
And I think all of them should go to jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for fraud.
Lock them up.
Yeah, you know damn well that those attorneys weren't doing a damn thing for you because they got to go out to dinner with these judges. You know, most of them are getting paychecks from the same place. You know, the caseworker, the lawyers, all of them are drawing a check from the same house. You know, how
If
is
you
that
have
even
a
right?
court claim, your attorney's going to do something for you. You have an insurance claim, the attorney's going to do something for you. Even if you have a criminal case, sometimes they do something for you. I've seen where state appointed attorneys did a very good job of helping their clients. But I've never heard of a champion attorney helping children with a CPS case. Has anybody here?
Yeah, actually, I work with one. It's the only one I trust in Virginia. Oh yeah, and he does not care who he pisses off. He does not care what judge is sitting on the bench. He tells them like it is, and he reads that shit right to him, and he leaves no room for interpretation. It is what it is.
Well,
Has he
you
been
guys,
on the show?
Say it again.
Has he come on the show?
He doesn't have time because I've been referring so many people to him. This man don't even have time to change his underwear. Tiffany Wise told me to call you.
Wow.
you should get Fowler's number. Does he practice out? He could go hot Vice.
The
Fowler's got
only
quite a
way
state.
the only way he can go to another jurisdiction is he has to be invited by an attorney from that jurisdiction.
Yeah,
He
hot
has to
Vice,
sit in the
right.
second chair, right?
Oh, with the Pro Hawk Vice thing, Darren, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But he travels all over Virginia. He sues CPS and he wins for wrongful removals.
well, maybe we could still talk to him and find out what's going on. I believe in networking. That's another resource, Darren, and another source of, I guess you would say, consolation when we're able to network.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in my little area where I am now, when I run into people, I've run into so many dads who've had their children taken away. It's amazing. And I go to a recovery church. Not that I'm in recovery, because remember, I'm trying to still break into alcoholism.
Oh God.
I'm not ready for recovery.
Yeah, you have to have the addiction before you can go to recovery.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, trying to be an addict is no. You have to be the addict first.
I know. I know. I seek acceptance. So,
Okay.
but I go to this church partly because there are a lot of men there, honestly, and also because they have beards, which is a pro plus. And also with the tattoos, a lot of these guys are hardened, former bikers and all the rest are bikers. And I love it because I feel so safe in there. I feel like if anybody came through those doors with adverse intention, these brothers
It
can
better be
handle their business.
Jesus, right? It better be Jesus coming through that door.
I'm telling you, these big ass German guys, you know what I mean? Saying with the big calves and everything, but they have their wives and their children and they are earnest and their hearts are pure because of what they've been through. You can just feel the love and feel the pure witness that they carry. That's really another reason why I go there. But also, I just like being around all these men.
Honesty is always the best policy.
I'm
That's
telling
right.
you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The German today keeps sweat away.
That's right.
I'm telling you, ain't none of them wearing the nails and the high heels and stuff like that. They are men, all right.
Yeah.
But also they have a heart, and I thoroughly believe in their capacity to join the movement. I mean, they have some bikers around here that have ridden out for children. And if I had 6 men in my life at the time that baby Carly was stolen, she would never be taken. So I do believe in the dad's movement to my core and
I do
uplifting
too.
the dad. Yes, because as long as us women are crying out and doing this, it ain't gonna go nowhere. It's not until the men form their militia in every way and present their powers, and that's gonna turn it all around.
A lot of the women, because most of the people that call me are women, The first question I always ask them is, what is your relationship like with the father? Some of them say good. Some of them are like, not that good. I'm like, bullshit. Today, you all are best friends. You tell him to have his ass here Monday morning to file a motion to intervene. Y'all need to work together right now. This is not a time to hate each other. This is a time to come together and get these kids out of this system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Darren has been, as we all know, soldier, doctor, lawyer,
Therapist.
friend. Yeah. And a lot of the men who've come through this movement, God bless them, but they're weak. They're weak and they've been weakened. And they don't have Darren's strength in his girding. And it hurts me. You know, because they've been so broken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They do that. That's their prerogative. They can break the man down. They can take the family down. That's it. And that's too many guys are willing to. They just give up now. You know, like they've made it such a sham and such a bad. I mean, they pretty much belittle. They destroy. They knock you out. They tell you, but the worst pain that you get is the fact that they get your woman to turn on you. And there's no worse feeling than that. The one that you protect, the one that you're supposed to protect, turns on you. Now you've lost your family. You've lost everything. Because some girl that just got out of college, you know, comes out and decides that you're not good enough for this because they want to get a couple bucks, you know, like that's it. That's the bottom line of all this, you know. So you take a man that was once strong and, you know, worked his ass off and did everything, you turn him into mush this much, you know. You make them feel weak because they can't protect their family. Their wife thinks that they're a piece of shit now because the caseworker has convinced them that if you leave this person, then you can have your kid back. We all know that's a lie. You know, but that's the game that they play. So these women will listen to the caseworker over the guy that they're supposed to be supporting, you know, because it's a fine balance. You're supposed to, you know, stand up for your man just as much as the man stands up for the woman. And the woman, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. That's what they know. They're playing this game. They go right for the heartstrings, they go right for the kill. They're going after the kid. And that weakens everybody.
I don't know if somebody said this on our show or I heard it somewhere. But I remember hearing that somebody was like, yeah, this was a woman saying this. Yeah, the CPS worker told me I had to leave my husband. And she said, and I replied, why? Do you want him? Why do I have to leave my husband? I thought that shit was funny as hell. Right? Because I'm like, damn, that's a good one. Why didn't I think of that? Of course, they could have had mine, you know, at that time. They could have took him. You can have him. Good luck. I'm going to shake your hand because you're more woman than me.
Mm-hmm. But it's the truth. That's what they do, you know, and you know, when we went through this, we didn't know which way to go. Like, do we pretend that we're going to split up so that we can get this back? Or do you know what I mean? And we thought the way to go about it was to show the judge that we wanted, you know, we were strong together in a relationship, because you would think that's what they want to see. They don't want to see that at all. They don't want to see a man and a woman being together. They don't want to see any of that stuff. They want to just see
division.
Yeah, division. That's why it is the division of family services. Division of family services.
This is what I told my son one time when
Erica
Jada Carr.
They have to do that. Erica says that.
Yeah. Jada Carr told my son, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. My son's a smart motherfucker like me. He said, bitch, we can do it the hard way. Let's get it in.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, because he was like, I almost thought I was going to have to call you. So, right? So I said, no, son, you just go to uscourts.gov, download the 1983 fucking complaint. And if that bitch gets too smart, ask her whose name goes here. Yours, your supervisors, the judge. Tell me whose name goes here. So watch how fast that bitch backs up the fuck up off of you.
Mm-hmm. So get a stack of them, people. Put a stack in your folder. Tiff has 480 of them on hand at all times.
That's color law form. I got 400 copies of color law forms. Mm-hmm. I'm fucking dying to serve somebody. But as soon as I say color law form, everybody just sticks their head down and their tail between their legs and leaves me the fuck alone.
I think it's before that, Tiff. I think you need to get the form out. Well, I don't know where Fowler went, but I think this was a good show. Erica, that's awful that they did that to you. That's awful, awful, awful. And I hope that when you say we tried and it didn't work, it means that you guys tried to split up and it didn't work. And I hope that you guys didn't break up um because of CPS, because that's not the right reason.
Yeah, because
Um,
there is a marriage act. No one can interfere in your marriage. It is a religious thing. Okay.
mhm.
And Mary, I see you on here. And yes, your boyfriend, Mary, is the one whose boyfriend is a preacher. I'm over here cussing every other word is fuck and da 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 da. And I'm like, I am so sorry. And he's like, don't worry about it. It's okay. But he's a really good guy. And I'm glad that he's supporting her. And I told her
Mhm.
I'm going to help her too. That's why I told her you need to watch our shows because I can't always get to my phone. And anybody who's talking to me after 3 o'clock, everybody understands why.
At least you don't have the 7:30 every night callers. Every damn night.
No,
Every.
but I do have the little one running around here throwing shit. Last night he threw a dinosaur at me. That's why I got up. I said, you can't be throwing stuff at me.
Oh, Fowler, you made it back before the end. Perfect. You got,
Amen.
you got anything, last words you want to kick out, Fowler?
Yes, I do.
All
First
right.
of all, I want to express my true, true love, Tiff, for you, Darren, Mary. You guys are fabulous, and you are the bloodline. You are the family made by us. I want to give thanks to the Most High for keeping us safe and well as we can possibly be. I want to give thanks to the angels of mercy and protection and pray that they abide over our children, wherever our children are, near and far. I want to give thanks for the people who handle our children with grace and dignity when we can't be there. I want to give thanks for these powers that are invisible but almighty to reclaim our children and straighten out our nation. I want to give thanks to all the families near and far that are suffering. I give thanks for their wellness and for their healing. I give thanks for these airwaves that allow us to come together. And I just want to express my appreciation, especially for you, Darren. What something that I want Darren to do is to still keep being an impresario and, gathering people and being a magnet and such a strong force in the movement. But I also want to see my brother uplifted and disburdened. One of the things I had in mind to plan the rest of his life, since I'm his auntie now and I can boss him around, is for him to stop, slow down on some of the law writing and all this other stuff, and do for some of these families what he did for me, which he gave me the Where is Baby Carly song. But I'm thinking that when families come to Darren, how about this, Tiff? They could look forward to giving Darren, let's say, a statement or two or a piece of prose or poetry that describes their situation. Darren could take that and synthesize it into their own song and maybe their own video. So now people feel like they finally have something tangible that they can grasp. It's not just hope in the airwaves, but something that they can use now to distribute to their outlets or show to their people, or do what you did, Jeff, which is to have a rally, something that would give them a voice and it would give their children something to hold on to wherever the children are. Whatever age the children are. And I think that would be invaluable. And then it could be a fundraiser. I think people would be thrilled to give a couple of $100 or $50 or $10 for their own product that would give us some dignity.
Yeah, Darren, that's a good idea.
I
Come
know
on
she's
with it.
been pressing me on it. She's been pressing me on it.
Come on. Don't you think?
You're already making a Tiff and the Punisher CD. What you can
Mm-hmm.
charge people if they want a CD or a movie, whatever.
Yep.
people
25,
would be
35 bucks. People would pay that. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely, something that they can post, something that they can take to city council and they can portray it, but something that would tell their stories and again give some dignity and fill up the empty spaces in their heart, and also give the children something. They could send this to their children wherever the children are in captivity to give the children encouragement and hope.
Well, I'll think on it. I'll think about it.
Darren said on top of all the other 150 projects I got to do
Yeah,
now.
I got a stack of them right here next to me. So yeah, I will. But until then, we got this one. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you, Fowler.
In a quiet home in Philly where the apples used to grow, a grandma held a Carly tight in a love that only glows. With a spoon of sweet applesauce, she fed her with such care. But the hands of cold injustice came and tore them from their lair. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you today? What did they do when they took you away on that cruel October day? October 7th, 2022. That was the last time I saw you. They came with their accusations, said love was a disguise. Took you from your grandma's arms beneath those autumn skies. 1,000 days have vanished, 25,000 hours gone. Each tick of the clock a wound as we wonder where you've gone. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you today? What did they do when they took you away? You've been gone 1,000 days, 25,000 hours. You've been gone. What did they do today? They threw you down the stairs. They burned your beautiful hair. Infested with their cruelty, no kindness anywhere. Sadistic hearts took pleasure in the pain they made you bear. They caged you, chained you, tried to steal your name so fair. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you today? What did they do when they took you away? They tore your world apart, broke your tender heart on that dark October day. October 7th, 2022. Oh, Carly, we're still searching through the shadows and the pain. Your grandma's heart is breaking, calling out your name again. We'll fight to bring you home, where love will mend the scars. Baby Carly, hold on tight. We'll find you 'neath the stars. Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? Where is baby Carly? What did they do to you today? We'll keep on singing for you till we bring you home to stay. Baby Carly, we love you. We'll find you come what may.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?